Speaking of hiding, Chrisean has come out from hiding and she's asking fans for prayers.
The party I went to, Diddy party, we went to the little private area behind the, cause he had a house behind his house. Like he had a backyard with his backyard with a fat bed, and then it had like a miniature little whatever.
I've been to the Diddy white parties. I've been to Diddy's birthday parties. At Biggie's death, all the drama. We had the with J-Lo, Shine went to prison. Maybe he shouldn't have went to prison. There's always been these stories about Diddy being evil. I've heard he was the devil. I heard he was evil. He even once threatened me. But I don't know if it was the De Leon or Ciroc or if it just felt itself. But I was taking a picture in his house and he walked over and he said, "Don't you ever fucking try me. I'm letting you know right now I'm a different type." I said, "Do you want to get in the picture or not? Because I'm drunk, you drunk, and I ain't about to do this with you." Yeah, he got in the picture, took the picture, he said, "I f with you, man. If you don't get your crazy Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde out of here." But you know, that was the little experience I had with him. But every text was always love, it was always cool, it was always nice to me. Wanting to scale the wall to get in his house because on the other side of that wall is Beyonce, Jay-Z, and every big star you want to know. Was there too, but I don't know if he was busting open. I'm just saying. Because they said that too about the good bishop. Got to be working together to tell our stories. But I will tell you to the audience, if I do come up missing, all the calls I've been getting have been about him.
Chrisean Rock is finally stepping into the chat to reveal some of the disturbing things she saw at those parties with Diddy and BABY. Everything she said directly corroborates all the allegations Jason Lee made about Beyonce. It turns out that the same Diddy parties that the Zeus CEO Lemuel and his sidekick Natalie Nunn were sending Chrisean to for her freakoffs were the same ones Beyonce was allegedly attending with Jay-Z, and she got to see everything happen. Now, in case you've been out of the loop about Jason Lee's long-standing beef with Jay-Z and Beyonce, it all actually dates back to 2023 when he got upset because Beyonce didn't invite him to her Renaissance movie premiere. From the looks of it, he already had a lot of dirt on her that he never revealed to the public because he assumed he and Beyonce were friends. But when she paid him dust by not inviting him, oh, it was up. He got on his show and blatantly threatened to expose everything he knows about her and Jay-Z, and he blackmailed her to convince Kelly Rowland to do an interview with him to appease him.
I think optically, when you don't include other black leaders in the culture in the fold, I mean, not just take me out of it. The Breakfast Club, I mean, you should have honored and brought more black. And I spent thousands, over $40,000 in tickets and shared the experience with friends. And I've done a lot, and I'm not even gonna say it here because if I did, this internet, Beyonce's good internet would go crazy. I'm gonna tell them while Johnny puts a beep over this part of the show, so you'll never know what it is, but I want you to see their reactions, and I'm going to do it right now.
Now, even though he bleeped out what the exact tea he had on Beyonce was about, he made his point pretty clear. And baby, Beyonce got the memo and acted fast. In fact, just days after he did this, he returned on the same show again to reveal that since that video went viral, some people from Beyonce and Jay-Z's camp had allegedly been hitting him up to threaten him. If we weren't taking Jason seriously the first time, well, we were now. Because if the things he said were not true, why are they going through the stress of sending people to threaten him? Make it make sense.
Jay-Z, you're watching. I know you're watching because you got people calling me. Stop having people call me. You can call me yourself. You know how to get my number. You know you got people calling me. Call me yourself because this right here is going to go viral. The way my job works on the internet, everybody's going to be clipping and sharing on TikTok. Watch this. Do your thing, TikTok. Jay-Z and Beyonce is going to see this. I am exhausted with people calling me about Jay-Z and Beyonce. You've never called for anything else, and I haven't even said anything about you yet.
But it didn't stop there. It was also around this same time that Jason went on Instagram Live and revealed that back when he used to attend Diddy's parties, he saw Beyonce and Jay-Z there, and they were doing the you-know-what. Mind you, these were the same parties that Chrisean was also rumored to be going to with Lemuel. So once Jason said this, folks were now wondering if Chrisean knew anything about it. Jason even went as far as revealing that Diddy would sometimes go as far as hiring military-level security to make sure no one sneaked in and took photos.
I've seen Diddy have to hire extra security, almost the military, to stop people from wanting to scale the wall to get in his house because on the other side of that wall is Beyonce, Jay-Z, and every big star you want to know. There too, but I don't know if he was busting open. I'm just saying. Because they said that too about the good bishop. This is what I hate about the internet.
Now, as I said, while Jason was spilling all this tea, Chrisean also started trending on social media because people started digging into her past and found out she was at the same Diddy parties Jason claims Beyonce was at. And apparently, she was introduced to Diddy by Young Miami and Lemuel Plumel. Now, the main reason folks even started looking into Chrisean was because of this viral video of Carlissa accusing Young Miami of recruiting Chrisean for Diddy's freakoffs. She alleged that there was a time when Miami got really to Chrisean and even began taking her out all the time. But she didn't really know why until Diddy was exposed. That's when she started to put 1 and 2 together and realized that Miami was trying to turn Chrisean into one of Diddy's freak-off girls.
They was trying to recruit Chrisean. That's what Diddy and what the girl Chrisean was trying to recruit Rock. Remember that when they was heavily trying to get Rock to hang out with them? I think they was trying to recruit her. She got a lot going on. We're gonna talk about it on this podcast, and we're gonna get to the nitty gritty of all the gritty of the nitty, because it's necessary. I think them was trying to recruit her, because remember they just had her pulling up to everything.
Something about, do you love her?
Yeah, remember? See what I'm saying? We don't. This podcast gonna be, because y'all know the mama know everything and everybody business, so we gonna find out on this podcast. We ain't gonna talk no shit about nobody. We ain't gonna mock nobody, but we definitely gonna explore the possibilities that was going on. Because they kept calling her, remember, pull up to the birthday party. Come over here and dance on Carisha. Remember that? I feel like they was trying to recruit that to be in on this. That makes, see what I'm saying? That's why I gotta have a podcast, because I gotta get the shit on the table. Can't nobody get it on the table but my nosy, okay? Tasha K, and she over there making up shit. I know we gonna get to the bottom of shit on this podcast. Tell me if I'm lying. Go on over there and tell me if I'm lying. I'm telling you, they was trying to recruit that. They said, let's get her away from him. That's what they was doing. We gonna put a couple pounds of that shit on her and have her fly. They ain't gonna never suspect her.
Damn, that would make so much sense. That's why he grabbed him and he said, what did he say? He said, do you love her, or she needs love? All she needs is love.
All she needs is love.
You see, at the time that Carlissa revealed all this, a lot of people genuinely thought she was just doing her usual attention-seeking mess. But with everything we know now, it looks like she might have been onto something. Not only that, they actually found receipts of what Carlissa was talking about. And one of those recruits was a video of Chrisean at one of Diddy's parties. He was trying so hard to hit and kiss her, but she looked visibly uncomfortable. As if this wasn't weird enough, there is also another video of Chrisean telling her friends about the time Diddy pressed Lemuel to defend her. According to her, Diddy invited her and Lemuel to his private room, which was right behind his actual house. It turns out that this private room was actually where most of those freak-offs happened whenever he hosted parties in his house. In that house, no phones were allowed, and Lemuel wasn't even allowed to bring his security with him. Chrisean said that as soon as she and Lemuel got inside and met Diddy, Diddy grabbed him by his collar and began going off on him for underpaying her for her role on Baddies. I'm not gonna lie, I took some time to process this because what the hell does Chrisean getting unplayed by Lemuel have to do with Diddy? Unless, of course, Chrisean was one of his workers and he decided to pull this stunt to make Chrisean feel like she was safe in his hands. Chrisean also said that after that day, she and Lemuel started having problems, but he started paying her well.
That little party I went to, Diddy party, we went to the little private area behind the, cause he had a house behind his house. Like he had a backyard with his backyard with a fat bed, and then it had like a miniature little whatever. And then me and Lemmy go upstairs. They tell him that he can't bring his security. He went in like a little with no security, so it's just me and Lemmy. We go up in there. Hold on. We go up in there. We go upstairs. He like, what's up, Diddy? You know, you met Chrisean. You gave her kisses on the cheek early on in the party or whatever. We just wanted to follow up. I'm glad that you Sean. And then he grabbed Lemmy by his neck and was like, but do you fuck with her? Like, don't play with her. All she need is love. Don't play with her. Don't play with her. And I didn't understand that till my checks start coming back short from the subscriptions of Crazy in Love, bro. So I set a price. I said 200,000. You said 100. I said 150. I'm not going underneath that because what? I'm about to bring a lot to the table.
Now, the reason why people didn't hesitate to believe the allegations Jason and Chrisean made about Beyonce being at those parties is because not too long ago, she was accused by DaBaby of being at Diddy's house too. He claims he was invited to Diddy's house for what he thought was going to be a business meeting, but when he got there, he quickly realized this was actually going to be something else, and according to him, Beyonce allegedly moved on to him and introduced herself as if he didn't know who she was.
Honestly, I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was the beginning of 2020. You know what I mean? Diddy had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people he had put him out. But he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me.
Right.
So he had put majority of the people out, but he allowed me to stay in there. Me and, you know, maybe about 15 others, you know,
Right.
Jay-Z and Beyonce being, you know, two of the other 15 people in the room. So that'll just put into perspective of the type of company I was in
Right.
at the moment, you know. And she came over and introduced herself to me like as if she had to.
Right.
Beyonce, cut it out. But I'm a big fan of your work, you know what I'm saying? Whoop, and that was just dope. That was dope as hell to me, man. That was.
And as if that wasn't bad enough, there were also these wild allegations that Jay-Z's ex-best friend, Larry Johnson, made against Beyonce, accusing her of making unwanted advances at not 18-year-olds.
Now, I did a Rockaware photo shoot in Colorado, and I think it was during the wintertime of 06 or 07. And Naomi Campbell was there, actress Jamie King was there, Jay was there, B was there. And he rented this house, and we were supposed to do this rap party for this photo shoot. We rented this house, and we were watching LeBron play. And after the game, it had to have been like 10 or 11 o'clock. So we getting ready to party. Mind you, it's all adults, which I can respect that. So when 11 o'clock hit, we turned on the music, we started drinking, and then out of nowhere came these young I don't know where they came from. For a rap party at 11 o'clock at night, drinking, loud music, and us dancing wild. Like, I don't know where these kids came from. And then I happened to sit down because I was dancing with one of the assistants. And I sat next to this child, and the child sat next to Beyonce. So I hear B say something about, doesn't this look sexy? Or isn't this sexy? And in my mind, and mind you, I'm not awakened as I'm awakened now. So in my mind, I'm like, what did she just say? And then I didn't pay no attention to it. And then, you know, obviously the liquor took hold of me and I had to leave. So I said bye to everybody and left. But those kids remained. I don't know if those kids were from the photo shoot themselves, but the fact that these kids came around adults during drinking hours or partying hours was already alarming to me. So when I hear something like this happens, I can't really discount it and say, oh, he could never do this. Because I'm hearing stories, I'm seeing it with my own eyes, and I've been in situations where something don't sound or look right, and it's usually involving.
Baby, from the looks of it, Jason and Chrisean are still very much aware of what Beyonce was allegedly getting up to at those Diddy parties before the rest of us got the tea. And if what they're saying is true, then it's not going to be long before Beyonce gets exposed big time. As usual, people had their thoughts, like this person who said, "How will the left defend Beyonce and her husband Jay-Z now? Y'all ignored his connection to Diddy. Will y'all ignore him being in the Epstein files? Epstein torturing girls waking up in front of them, not knowing how they got there? This is sick and predatory." Another person said, "I don't give a F how many Grammys Beyonce has won. The chick has been to almost every Diddy party. And Jay-Z standing there crying like he's not in a court process with relations to Diddy, and a 13-year-old. Get Hollywood f***ing out of here. Gross." But what do y'all think about this mess? Leave your comments below, and check this other messy video.